All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a universally frustrating human experience. You know that exact feeling of getting something you've wanted for so long, only to feel strangely empty right after? Well, we're going to decode exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how to break free from it. We spend years, literally years, dreaming, grinding, and sacrificing to check off items on the ultimate wish list. We're talking money, true love, a bigger house, boundless respect from our peers. We chase these things with everything we have because we genuinely believe they hold the absolute key to our lasting peace. We tell ourselves, if I just get this one thing, I'll finally be fine.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The moment we finally achieve that lifelong goal, our brain almost instantly betrays us. Instead of just letting us rest and soak in the victory, it pipes up with this exhausting question. Okay, now what else? Why is it that enough is a state our minds just absolutely refuse to settle into?
So the 19th century philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer actually perfectly diagnosed this very modern condition. He observed that human desire is basically a bottomless pit. Simply put, human desire does not know how to say enough. When you don't have something, it looks like the ultimate answer to all your problems, but the mind's default nature is to just relentlessly seek the next thing.
And it traps us on this brutal mental hamster wheel. Think about it. We want something, we exhaust ourselves pursuing it, we finally get it, and yay, a brief moment of joy. But then we adapt to having it. It just becomes ordinary, and instantly a brand new desire is born, starting the whole cycle over again. We can literally spend our entire lives running in this loop without ever stopping to question it.
To really make this concrete, think about what we could call the new phone illusion. Picture a kid begging for a new phone. They see the ads, they promise the world just to get it. When they finally do, they treat it like absolute gold. But fast forward a few months, it's just a normal part of life. Then a new model drops, and suddenly that old phone might as well be a prehistoric brick, all because the brain adapted to what it already had.
Or, let's look at the adult version of this. You finally hit that dream target salary. For a split second, you feel like you've made it. But the second you realize a peer makes twice as much as you do, boom, the joy completely vanishes. You suddenly feel behind again, the goalposts move, and the race restarts. The problem wasn't your salary at all. It was the external benchmark you tied it to.
So, the crucial takeaway here is that comparison is absolute poison to our satisfaction. Consider this incredibly powerful question rooted in Schopenhauer's philosophy. If you didn't know someone else had more, would you still feel you didn't have enough? Most of the time, we aren't suffering because we actually have too little, but simply because our eyes are trained to focus on who has more.
And today's social media just throws gasoline on this fire. It's a massive amplifier, forcing our brains to endlessly catalog what we lack based on the perfectly curated highlight reels of complete strangers. You log on and you're instantly bombarded with messages that you need a better phone, a better car, a better body, better vacations. The list never ever ends because you're exposed to new desires every single day. Schopenhauer realized that this constant state of desire creates a painful, restless gap between us and our own peace of mind. We end up being ruled by this heavy, suffocating concept, the tyranny of not yet. It creates a life where you're always living in the future, just waiting for the moment you finally arrive, while completely ignoring the present you're actually standing in.
We basically let our inner monologue turn into a broken record. I don't have it yet. I haven't arrived yet. I'm not loved enough yet. I'm not seen yet. That tiny little word "yet" guarantees that whatever we do actually achieve is instantly downgraded to still not enough, holding our happiness hostage for years.
Now wait, here's where the philosophy takes a really interesting pivot. Schopenhauer wasn't saying we should just stop wanting things altogether. I mean, that's impossible, right? Desire is a fundamental part of life. We want food, security, love, personal growth. So the solution here is absolutely not about killing off your desires.
The real problem isn't having a desire in the first place. The suffering actually starts the exact moment you tie your inner peace and self-worth exclusively to the fulfillment of that desire. It's that toxic belief that every single desire must be fulfilled in order for you to finally be at peace. That's when you become a slave to your wants, treating every shiny new object like a command you have to obey.
Let's pause for a second and ask a really deep, maybe even slightly uncomfortable question. Are these desires even yours? How many of the things you're desperately chasing were actually just assigned to you? Society teaches us what success looks like. The media dictates the ideal lifestyle. Family defines what gets respect. You could spend years exhausting yourself climbing a mountain, only to realize at the top that you never even wanted to climb the thing.
To break free from this exhausting cycle, we have to forcefully shift our mindset and completely change the questions we ask ourselves every single day. Instead of constantly waking up and asking, how can I get more? We need to stop, take a breath, and ask, what is enough for me? This shifts our entire focus from endless accumulation to genuine internal fulfillment.
We absolutely have to stop measuring our success by the endless metric of accumulation. We're moving from how much do I need to grab to how much is actually enough for my peace. Figuring out and defining your own personal threshold for enough is literally the ultimate act of rebellion against the modern rat race. And hey, this applies to our relationships too. We've got to move away from seeking external validation from the masses, asking how many people must love me or respect me, and instead turn our focus inward. The much better question is, who do I truly love? It's about deeply valuing the authentic connections we already have, rather than constantly trying to count our admirers.
Which brings us to what we can call invisible wealth. True freedom belongs to the person who can look at a flashy new thing or a colleague's massive success and just simply say, wow, that's nice for them, but my life doesn't need to be theirs. It's finding immense value in things like simple food enjoyed, true friends, a peaceful home, and just having the time to actually live your life.
So, here is a highly practical daily exercise you can start literally today based on this philosophy. Take one completely ordinary thing you interact with every single day. Maybe your health, a loved one, your time, even just the food on your table, and focus your attention entirely on it. Don't gloss over it. Stop and truly look at it. When you focus on that ordinary thing, ask yourself this really powerful question. Did I used to wish for this years ago? When you do this, it hits you. You'll likely realize that the boring, mundane things you completely ignore today were once the exact miracles you desperately prayed for yesterday. This perspective shift changes absolutely everything.
Now let's be crystal clear on this distinction. Finding this contentment does not mean you just give up or stop growing. There is a massive difference between contentment and giving up. It means you can happily and ambitiously build your future without hating your present. You can be immensely grateful for exactly where you are while still aiming higher.
Schopenhauer shows us a hard but totally necessary truth. If we don't fix our relationship with desire now, we risk reaching the end of our lives, looking back at all the fleeting goals, changing landscapes, and shifting goalposts, and wondering what on earth we were even running toward in the first place. Please do not wait until the very end to figure this out.
The next time you feel that agonizing pinch that you aren't enough, or that your life is somehow lacking, stop the hamster wheel. Force yourself to pause and answer this question honestly. Do I truly need more, or is my brain just used to wanting more? Recognizing that deeply ingrained habit of wanting is the very first step to breaking it.
The profound realization here is that enough isn't a dead end. It's not a lack of ambition or just settling for less. It's actually the exact moment you are finally free to grow without the heavy, crushing burden of self-loathing. You stop measuring your life's value by what you haven't acquired yet, and you finally start operating from a place of wholeness.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought for today's explainer. Take a really hard look at your daily grind. Look at the goals you're exhausting yourself to chase, and ask yourself this: are you actually building a life, or are you just perpetually waiting to live by endlessly updating a wish list? The choice of how you view your desires is entirely up to you.